And now, Philipsburg Broadcasting proudly presents Good Morning, Mr. Governor, with Francis Carty.
Good morning, Mr. Governor. Talk is cheap. As we experience our stability for prosperity term of government, we realize that talking about prosperity does not provide us with prosperity. It takes hard work, maximum cooperation, and a commitment towards excellence to make St. Martin prosperous. If anyone tells you otherwise, they will be deceiving you, and without hard work by everyone, St. Martin will lose the opportunity to grow both economically and socially. By just talking about the things that we have to do to become more prosperous, we realize that talk is very cheap. Because the more you try to improve an organization, the more we will have to communicate with your workers, and the more you will have to empower your workers to assume more responsibilities on the job. You can't prosper when your workers are not benefiting from that prosperity. And from our government's perspective, I can understand its plight in trying to keep its coalition stable, to improve the many unfinished businesses that are keeping the island from moving forward. I noticed that some heavy work is happening on Mount Garbage, on Pond Island, and despite the lack of effective communications, we are noticing some change. We are also noticing the urgency to raise additional income for the government's coffers. But I would suggest that we watch carefully what we are doing, because we could be hampering the island's attractions rather than solving its challenges. The other issue is the many changes that are being implemented by our commercial banks. As an open economy, I realize that many pressures are being placed on their freedom to operate, but we have to be careful when we restrict the amount of monies that we can deposit at their banks. By restricting deposits on any given day, we may be promoting the underworld, another way to creatively save money, while bona fide business people stifle in the red tape. The island needs an active central bank to supervise what's happening on the island, and to benefit from any form of stability, our people need to know what's happening. We do hope that as we enter into the second half of this year, that our government will go about developing our people's prosperity with less austerity measures and more beneficial opportunities in which they can become prosperous. Good morning, Mr. Governor.
That was Good Morning, Mr. Governor by Francis Carty.